What's up, guys and gals? My name is SplatterCat, and I'm happy to welcome you to the next episode of our Succession game with AdlingtonT, Enterelysium, Blitzkriegsler, and I, in which they play Rimworld competently, and then I come back and just pass about 20 minutes making punny jokes. And that's about all that I've got right here for you. So today, I'm going to take a look around. I try to do this very, very blind, because I feel like that makes things more interesting. Oh, there's a mental break occurring. Zyph, why are you having a mental break? You've been spending too much time getting that hair gel up in your hair just to get your hair like that all the time. It might be hair gel. I don't know what he's using. We might have like a weird something about Mary's situation going. I don't want to know what he's using his hair gel nowadays, considering we're living at like third world levels here. I mean, we do have like solar panels and whatnot, but anyways, let's have a look around. It appears as though we're still working on the inner courtyard. We're still trying to get that sorted out. That's probably going to be a function of us not having enough stone. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and let's find somebody that can craft, and we're just going to increase their priorities to ensure that they are working on crafting whenever the bench is open, because we need way more stone. It looks like that's been set to forever, so that's all ready to roll. Battery power is looking pretty good. It appears as though they have started to build a defensive perimeter down here, and as a fan of the kill zone strategy, I think this is going to work out pretty well. It's looking good. It's looking good. I'm impressed. I think, though, looking at it, don't we need another protrusion right here to protect the turrets from other turrets? I think that we do. But I'm not an expert on this, so it's kind of one of those things that I wouldn't touch on too much until we get further on into the playthrough. On this side, we're putting in stone. It looks like we have a couple of mental breaks all about ready to roll, but... oh, we need colonist beds as well. So maybe the first course of action for me during this playthrough is going to be the addition of a few more sleeping quarters before we go much further. So let me have a look at my building menu here. We're going to go ahead. Actually, no. Let's drop plain doors. I don't want that. Let's cancel you. Door, you are canceled. You're like, no, I was just getting started. And so those doors have been eliminated. We'll put in plain doors because nobody needs that fancy schmancy stuff. We'll put in some more carpeting just to make sure that people are happy once they're indoors, because for whatever reason, stone floors aren't good enough for our people. They're very, very demanding. They're sort of entitled. I mean, I guess it could be explained by the fact that they just fell from space and were in like ultimate first world space conditions. You can think the end of the end of WALL-E, where they're all just floating around doing their thing in those weird hover chairs and then drinking, you know, big gulps all day. And now they're being forced into another subsistence living like situation, but nonetheless, we'll give them carpet so that it keeps them at least a little bit happier during the course of our playthrough, because those pesky mental breaks are always off in the distance. Down here, I feel like we could probably spend a little bit of time. I mean, we've got so much stonework to do that I don't feel like I can add any more stonework without this becoming a little bit hazardous to our long-term queues. We do have a lot queued up right now, so it may be in our best interest to just kind of fast forward the game and wait for things to happen. We are on Randy Random, so we may get lucky, and there may be no raiders. Nothing terrible might happen while we do all of our construction. However, you can't rely on it, because Randy Random is a cruel bastard. He really is. A trade ship is flying nearby. It's Lupo's Flying Emporium. They are an industrial trader. Let's go ahead and have somebody come over here and answer the horn for Sylvester shipping. And once we do that, we'll be able to get ourselves a bit more. It looks like we've spent all of our cash or all of our silver buying out metal previously, or buying out something previously, I don't know. Sylvester shipping, we could sell off some of these pistols, so that's where I'm going to start. Let's sell off all of these goodies that are clogging up our inventory. That'll give us some spending cash, a little bit of cash to burn a hole in our pocket, because it just entered through Atmo, so that would explain why it's burning holes in pockets, is because it's super, super hot from entering Atmo. We want Lupo's Flying Emporium now. And we're going to buy as much metal on the cheap as we can. So there it is, a little bit more metal. It's not a lot, but it's something. And then once they get all of this silver sorted out, they're going to have to haul it first. But once they haul the silver, we may luck out and be able to buy a second load of everything that we need, just to make sure that we have the metal to get through the long winter here, because metal tends to be, when I play this game anyways, metal tends to be like one of my ultimate exposures. It's just one of those things, or expenditures, I'm sorry. It's one of those items that I just go through at a ridiculous rate. Now that those are in place, we need to run a conduit down here. I don't know if these are just stone floors. By assumption, I'm just going to assume that these are stone floors in the most redundant way possible. We'll go to our building menu, and we're going to get started, I'm sorry, furniture menu. We're going to get started with some beds in here. I think I'll just line them up with the door. And once we've done that, we'll put in standing lamps. And we'll also run a couple of conduits through here to make life a little bit easier. There it is. And so there's plenty of stuff to get done. I'm going to let my Rimworldians get to it. And I'm just going to sit here and chat your ear off. Let's take a look at some of these things. Okay, so we've got Subdrive, Ludion, Lupos. It is trade season right here. We've also got a villager named Andy who is joining the colony. He is an aerospace engineer. That's a new feature because before we had to capture people. So I'm learning something new every single day. We've also got another combat guy. They are trying to hook some guns to us. Do you think they know they are profiteering right now like crazy? They're like, listen, we know your life is hard right now. So, because we love you, we will sell you some firearms with which to perforate and puncture your foes. If you don't buy them, you might be sorry. They're going to give you that old, come on, baby, who has the bluest eyes routine to try and get you to buy their wares. You got to be a good salesman. If you're going to be flying through space, making them sales, got to be careful about the way that you present them. Looks like we're making fine meals. Meals which are slightly more appealing than your average meal. She's sleeping in a dark room with a dead body in a cage. Raygun, you are a terrifying scrap of human being. You'll mess with a lady that does that kind of stuff. Scary as hell. So since we're just finishing things up, I mean, there's so much queued up that I feel like we should probably just allow it to happen. I think for the long-term goals, whenever this happens, I like to kind of sit down and figure out what my long-term goals for the playthrough are going to be. Obviously, I really think that we should spend a bit of time getting this kill zone all done and ready. What are you guys running off to collect? This metal down here? Looks like we've murdered a bunch of buffaloes as well, or beefalos, or muffalos, or whatever the hell they're called in this game. Killed a bunch of those off, so we should probably run and go grab those too. Since we've already got things queued up that are way off the grid, we might as well continue the trend and go grab some of the muffalos so that we can get some more meat to add to our stockpiles. Even though we've got a lot, it doesn't go bad or anything, so having a little bit more is never a hassle. But as I was saying, getting this kill zone done is going to be largely reliant on how much stone we're going to be able to produce throughout the duration of the playthrough. I think that we're going to have to put in another stone outcropping right here, and then a turret, stone outcropping, turret, stone outcropping, turret, and so forth. I don't know if that's exactly how my compatriots have planned it, but they've done a really good job at getting this thing constructed in the first place, so I am pleased to say that it appears as though construction and progress are happening inside of our colony. As badly as I try to drag my ankles or drag my heels and make it not happen, it does appear to be happening, so all of the traders are now leaving. It's all good. We didn't really have the cash to buy anything from them anyways. We might check one more time. What is Subdrive selling? They're selling industrial goods. Alright, let's grab some more industrial goods here. I think we should be able to buy out a pretty good grip of their stock. And so there it is. We got ourselves, yeah, we're sitting at about 3,000 metal right now, which is not at all a bad place to be in. I may consider expanding this out into another building, or maybe just building another cookhouse somewhere, because it appears as though we need one. Meals are getting cooked, but I don't doubt that we would probably do well with another individual who's ready to roll on cooking, because when you're making fine meals, they take a little bit longer than the simple ones, and they do make people happier. However, in that odd exchange, this is that weird room that we can't build in. Can we build in this yet? Such a strange phenomena that it won't allow us to build inside this room. I'm sure somebody's touched on why that is, but I couldn't tell you. It's very, very weird. I mean, I don't know if it's not inside our home zone or something like that. It's inside our home zone. I don't know. Somebody else has probably explained it, so ignore my dithering and my drooling on myself right here. This is why I always keep a napkin close by, because every time I get confused, I spend time staring and drooling for a bit. So it'll be okay. What is this right here, and what are we doing with it? Get a lightning storm going. That's okay, because it's going to put out all the fires from the little lightning strikes that are going to be bouncing off all over the place. I do think that in this case, there's, I mean, it's kind of weird. I feel like I've caught the episode right now where there's not much to do. It's just kind of me hanging out doing my thing. There's not a lot of, it looks like a local squirrel has gone cray-cray and is now trying to chew through the door, but we have locked it out. Should probably send somebody to go handle that. Andy, go murder yourself a squirrel here. You know, just fight it with your fists. Okay, never mind. Shoot at the squirrel. Although not why Zalf is right in front of you. Zalf, what are you doing, man? There we go. Put that sucker down. And then we will also queue him up. We put him down, but we're going to queue him up to be picked up as well. So down, then up, then down, then up. I have explained the wordplay. We shall continue forward and just keep playing the game. We've got a escape pod nearby. Isadora. Another one? Was that 2 or was there just the 1? I thought I heard the sound effect twice. Let's go ahead and send somebody out there to arrest him. We'll send Raygun, seems like a badass individual, so we will send Raygun out to go capture Isadora. And once she's... Please don't walk through the fire. I was going to say, if you walk through the fire, my Rimworldians have a tendency to do really dumb stuff like walk through walls of flame to get to the things that they want. And every time it happens, I just cover my face and I go, you know what, Rimworldians? You have 3rd-degree burns, and we're all walking around looking like Deadpool with his mask off right now, and you only have yourself to blame. I gave you a very, very simple set of orders, and for whatever reason, Jennifer Rudabag, they've got farming supplies. We have no need for your farming supplies, so be away from us, peasant. You with your turnips. We have a mental break about to occur, and it's Raygun. She should be able to make it back, though, first. I hope, without going crazy. Please, Raygun, don't lose your mind. Mine might be a terrible thing to waste, but it's also a horrible thing to lose. And there it is. She's been locked up in the prisoner room. So we'll take Raygun now. We'll allow her to do whatever the hell it is that she needs to do. My guess is that she was hungry or something before we sent her out. And so we ended up in a situation where Raygun has given up and is walking around in a daze. Okay, Hodge, get over here and arrest her. So Raygun has now been arrested. Hodge is off the clock. We'll take Borba. Is Borba queued up for let me see here. Let me see what's going on here. As a prisoner, we're going to say try to recruit with a friendly chat every now and again. Borba, I think, is just sleeping on somebody else's bed in a room with a dead guy because he gets off on that sort of thing. I don't ask because he doesn't tell, and I found that in those situations it's best to just walk away and not question it. Just allow people to be weird like they are, at which point, Isadora, we also want to queue her up for a recruitment with friendly chatinization. A little bit of the chatternization in between individuals. And these stone jobs that are hauling along are simply not able to keep up. They are cutting stone. I keep seeing Nicky run off to the left, and he is cutting that stone, trying to get the job done. It's just an unfortunate circumstance where we've only got the 1 stone table. So I'm thinking what the good plan might be if we wanted to fight the good fight well. A cluster pod. Oh, yay, more shells. Alright, I don't know if those have any use just yet, but they fell inside the breadth of our domicile, so we should go ahead and grab those and shovel them on in. A few extra explosive bullets never killed anybody. Some sort of psychic wave has swept over the landscape. Your colonists are okay, but it seems like many of the squirrels in the area have been driven insane. It's kind of a weird situation to be in. I mean, until more squirrels show up, it doesn't seem as though they're that bad. A squirrel invasion, though. Kind of an odd circumstance. Yeah, you guys, like, hang out over here or something. And, like, shoot squirrels all day. There we go. A little bit of squirrel murder going on. I mean, they came at me first, so I think we could probably, in the squirrel court, we could more than likely justify squirrel self-defense. I think this is really... It's not even 3rd degree, I don't think. I think we'll probably be okay. I'm just going to leave a couple guys out here to shoot squirrels all day. And then once they've been okay, we maybe need more than a few guys to come shoot squirrels. I mean, Andy's trying to do his best with the shotgun, but I don't know if we're going to be able to kill that many. That's a lot of squirrels, which are really, really grumpy. And as fast as Emma's trying to pistol whip them into submission, I don't think he's going to be able to succeed. So I'm going to walk away now. Oh my god, there's so many. Alright, everybody, line up. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a squirrel shoot right now. Right now, here now, ma. You step back, and we'll make a firing line of squirrels. We're probably also going to shoot the hell out of each other. Yeah, be careful about that. I was slightly concerned that that might happen. Are there any more? Or if we killed every squirrel with reckless abandon? Oh my god, that's a big pile of squirrels. That is a lot of dead critters. We have done a serious, serious blow to the genus Rodentia, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't remember. It's been a while since my last anthropology/biology class. Our sun lamp has exploded, which has caused a minor fire inside the breadth of our domicile, and also slightly damaged the sun lamp. Luckily, it's not growing anything or like doing anything right now, so who cares? Another cluster of pods with food. I love FUD. We'll go ahead and grab some FUD here. So many dead squirrels. We're going to be eating squirrel. Squirrel actually pretty tasty. I've tasted squirrel before. I had squirrel stew at a friend's house who lived in Louisiana for a while. And squirrel stew was pretty damn amazing. That's a tasty little animal right there. Raccoon stew, not quite so good. Raccoon meat, very, very greasy. Just something you probably don't want to ingest. It's not any good. It's not delicioso, I suppose. I should probably tell them to haul out some of these rocks. So let's give the order to haul in some more stone in the off chance that we run out, because it does look like our stockpile is a bit skimp on stone right now. And if we can simplify the job slightly by putting the supply of stuff a little bit closer, it'll save us a little bit of time in the longer run. In the short run, meh, but in the long run, it's going to be nice. We can also hunt now. I didn't realize that that was a command anymore. God, the game keeps changing. Good things are happening. I think this is a planning thing, but nobody labeled it, so I think it's probably just going to be a conduit that they want me to run down through the center. I'm not positive about that, like a backup conduit or something. Since I don't know what it's for, I don't want to run the risk of totally messing up somebody's blueprint right here, so I think I'm going to leave it alone for a moment. Oh, he's putting up walls around the conduit too. I wonder what the motivation is for doing that. It probably keeps fires from spreading or something like that. I don't know. A solar flare has begun, so out goes the power. The Cranktown West traders are here, but it doesn't matter because we can't contact them in any way, shape, or form, so we're just going to have to live with the fact that it's an unavailable action for us at the time. I really do think that another stone cutting table might be a good idea, so let's do that. I'm just going to place it sort of in a random spot. I don't really think we need it anywhere else, but we'll put it right here. Once it's been finished, we'll queue it up to make stones non-stop as well. More cluster pods crashing down to earth, full of berries. Why you're firing berries through outer space, I don't know. Jam on toast or something. Whatever. I don't question the shipping methods of smarter minds who probably own large vast chunks of the galaxy and therefore influence politics via their purchase of carefully conglomerated media corporations. Whatever. That's done. So let's go ahead and queue this up for a long-term stone block bill. And that should help us complete some of these stone jobs a little bit quicker. I think we're sort of getting towards the end of this episode, but I've got a few minutes left on my docket, and I don't know what I want to do with them right now. I'm kind of just twiddling my thumbs waiting for things to happen. I think with 2 tables available, this larger construction job will get done quicker, then we can break this down. We can get rid of it, after which point we won't have to worry quite so much. I also need to assign more people to crafting, I think. Looks like we've got Nikki, and let's have Yos do it. No, he's not very good at it. We'll leave it right there. Actually, nobody seems to be very good at crafting. It's no wonder we don't have anything queued up. What do you do in that case? What do you do? Well, you just kind of sit on your hands and wait for the episode to end. I could also queue up a few more turrets if I was feeling especially motivated. There we are. We'll go ahead and queue up those ones right there, and we'll also take structures. We'll put in stone walls right there and right there to go ahead and make sure that those things have cover as we go throughout the game. This stone wall needs to get done sooner than all the others. This is kind of the linchpin stone wall that needs to get completed very, very soon. All this other stonework is kind of like negligible. It's not really that important. This keeps enemies out of our base. There's an escape pod nearby. It landed in our base. Well, that's easy pickup. Let's go ahead and capture Jude. Hey Jude, come with me now. Don't take a bad crash. I'll make it better. I don't know. I'm trying to like write a song on the fly, but it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. The group of raiders from the Black Rhinos have decided to show up. And where they're hiding at, this looks like the way that we're going to be closing our game here. And I think that sounds okay. What we'll want to do in this case is probably grab everybody we can and set them all up to fight. I'm going to wait and see when they attack, and then we'll drag everybody out because I'm not sure how tired everybody's looking right now. It appears as though the inner courtyard work is almost done. Hopefully this is the last thing that we can do during the course of the run. I could leave it for the next person in line, but I'd feel mean. I'd feel very, very mean if I did that. Looks like they're going to let us get a good night's sleep first, which is nice of them. Alright, let's go ahead and have everybody gather up over here. And what I need is just for everybody to get behind a sandbag in here. We'll have a couple people with decent firearms wait on this side in case some of them, because what I've seen is that the AI will sometimes cut through little holes like this without giving a damn, and so we'll leave kind of a little waiting force for them just in case. We'll also put a couple of dudes, I don't know, kind of interspersed here. I don't know if that's the smartest plan, but it's the one we're going to enact. We'll just hope that it works out. We've got another cluster of cargo pods. I don't see any way physically that they're going to be able to kill everybody with this invasion. We've got a lot of men right now. We're also funneling them through this little area, so we can hope that it'll work out in our favor. In fact, we've already killed off one, although we do have one turret taking a serious little bit of damage. Andy has decided in his infinite wisdom to run out into the center of the battlefield. Andy, run, fool! Appears as though sniper rifles are the word of the day. They are firing around a lot. I'm really glad we decided to build those turrets. This is actually going to work out a little bit better in our favor because of it. Andy's now down. I'm going to send in Yos to rescue him. Borba, what the hell are you doing? You moron. Go ahead and get out over there. Oh, Borba is committing suicide apparently. So I'll send John to go rescue Borba, maybe. I don't know if they're going to be able to make the sprint out here. I'm going to get Zyfe out of there early because that turret is probably going to blow very, very soon. Oh, Borba's dead. Zyfe is now down. Go to the next best target. Let's go ahead and have everybody pull back inside. We've done our job at blunting the assault a little bit. Ooh, go rescue John. I think they dropped whatever it was they were doing. Go rescue Zyfe. I can't take all these guys off of guard duty just yet. Simply because, well, the enemy should get bored pretty soon. But if I take them off guard duty, they'll go back to doing like random jobs and stuff and getting themselves into trouble, so. Okay, and now they're retreating. So now that the bandits have run away, I think I'm going to break the episode off right here. My name is SplatterCat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for yet another episode of our Rimworld Succession gameplay with me, AdlingtonT, Elysium, Enterelysium, and Blitzkriegsler. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next episode that we film. Take care out there, everybody, and I will see you next time.